Andrew Carnegie was born in the quiet Scottish town of Dunfermline, a place where stone cottages stood in long rows and where the rhythm of hand looms echoed from open windows. His early life unfolded within modest walls, surrounded by the soft voices of family and the steady movements of skilled hands weaving cloth. The weaving trade had supported the Carnegie name for generations, yet the growing force of modern machines threatened to erase the world he knew. As factories rose and mechanical looms spread across the land, the peaceful flow of traditional craft was pushed aside by the relentless march of industrial change. Andrew saw his father return home each day with worry in his eyes and fatigue in his steps. He saw his mother stretch herself endlessly to keep the family fed and hopeful. These scenes shaped the foundation of his understanding of life. He learned early that comfort was fragile and that the world could transform overnight. As conditions grew harsh, the Carnegie family made a bold decision. They left Scotland behind and set their hopes upon the distant shores of America. Their journey across the ocean was long and uncomfortable. The ship was crowded with families who carried far more dreams than belongings. The air smelled of salt, smoke, and humanity. Yet even in the hardship of the voyage, Andrew felt a stirring sense of possibility. When they arrived in Pennsylvania, they discovered a land full of movement and noise. Factories roared, streets were crowded with horses and carts, and the new railroads cut across the landscape like veins of iron. It was a world built on energy and ambition, a world that demanded resilience. To support his family, young Andrew began working almost immediately. His first job was in a cotton mill where the atmosphere was thick with dust and the hours stretched endlessly. The machines clattered loudly, leaving little room for thought, yet Andrew watched and listened with curiosity. He saw patterns in noise, routine in chaos. Later he worked as a messenger boy for a telegraph office. This job opened doors that had previously been hidden to him. He ran through the city delivering messages to important men. He learned their names and their habits. He listened closely to conversations and memorized details. His mind was sharp, and he quickly became skilled at interpreting telegraph signals by sound alone. His supervisors noticed his talent and entrusted him with more responsibility. It was during this period that Andrew met Thomas Scott of the Pennsylvania Railroad. Scott saw in him a rare spark and offered him guidance. Under Scott's mentorship, Andrew learned not only the structure of railroad operations but also the rhythm of American commerce itself. He studied routes, schedules, and the movement of goods. He observed how a single decision in a railroad office could influence entire towns. He realized that transportation shaped the destiny of the nation. This understanding excited him and laid the foundation for the empire he would later build. Andrew possessed an uncommon ability to see connections between industries. He noticed that railroads required enormous amounts of steel. Bridges, buildings, and machinery all demanded stronger materials. While others focused on single ventures, Andrew studied the entire chain of production. He invested carefully in sleeping cars and other enterprises. Every small success brought him more capital, which he reinvested with discipline. He believed that knowledge and patience were the true seeds of wealth. When he finally entered the steel industry, he stepped into the arena that would define his place in history. Andrew Carnegie embraced innovation with boundless enthusiasm. He supported new methods such as the Bessemer process, which allowed steel to be produced with remarkable speed and efficiency. He built mills larger than any seen before, mills that glowed with heat and rang with the thundering sound of molten metal. These mills produced the steel that carried trains across the continent, lifted skyscrapers into the sky, and built bridges that connected distant cities. Through these achievements, Carnegie became a symbol of American industrial power. Yet his rise to greatness carried a heavy human cost. The workers in his factories endured long hours, dangerous conditions, and low wages. Carnegie valued efficiency and believed that relentless pressure drove progress. His pursuit of profit clashed with the growing desire of workers for fair treatment. This conflict reached a tragic climax during the Homestead Strike, one of the darkest moments in American labor history. Although Carnegie was far away during the event, the consequences of his policies linked the tragedy to his name. Historians continue to debate how much blame he deserves, but there is no denying that his legacy is intertwined with both progress and pain. After many years of commanding his steel empire, Carnegie decided to sell the company. The sale created one of the largest fortunes the world had ever seen. Yet instead of using his wealth for extravagance, Carnegie chose a path that would redefine his life. He became one of the most influential philanthropists of all time. Carnegie believed deeply that wealth carried a moral responsibility. He argued that the rich should use their resources to benefit society. This belief grew from his own past. He remembered the struggle of his parents. He remembered the long hours in the cotton mill and the restless energy of his early jobs. He knew that opportunity, once given, could transform a life. He resolved to give that opportunity to as many people as possible. His generosity was immense. He funded thousands of public libraries, believing that books held the power to lift minds beyond the limitations of circumstance. He founded universities, research institutes, and cultural centers. He supported scientific inquiry and international peace efforts. He endowed foundations that continue to shape the world long after his passing. Through these actions he created a second legacy, one defined not by industry but by the advancement of knowledge and human welfare. The contrast between his industrial career and his later philanthropy has made Carnegie one of the most complex figures in history. He rose from poverty to exceptional wealth. His business methods fueled national growth but inflicted hardship on workers. His philanthropy transformed education and society. Some saw him as a hero of opportunity. Others viewed him with skepticism. Yet his life cannot be reduced to a single judgment. It is a portrait of ambition shaped by hardship and deepened by reflection. In his later years, Carnegie spent much of his time writing. He wished to record his understanding of society and his philosophy of wealth. His writings revealed a man who believed strongly in progress and learning. He insisted that money should not simply pass from generation to generation. Instead, it should be used for the common good. He believed that generosity must be thoughtful, not careless. He argued that true wealth lay not in possession but in contribution. Carnegie spent his final years in quiet surroundings. He enjoyed nature, books, music, and long conversations with thinkers and friends. He died with the knowledge that his influence would continue through the institutions he created and the ideas he championed. Today, Andrew Carnegie remains a towering figure in the history of industry and philanthropy. His story stretches from humble beginnings to extraordinary success. It is a story filled with ambition, adversity, innovation, controversy, generosity, and transformation. It invites both admiration and critique. It shows the complexity of human character and the capacity for change. It offers a powerful reminder that the use of wealth may be as important as the earning of it.